Adonai tzuri v'gali, Adonai tzuri v'gali.
Thank you, Hazan. On Monday, we will be celebrating a holiday. Who knows the holiday's name? I like that Laura raised her hand, thank you. Tu B'Shvat, which is the Jewish Arbor Day or Earth Day, and it's known for being the birthday of the trees. And at our welcome reception tonight, our fantastic chef Adam made special dishes to celebrate this holiday, inspired by what we call the 7 species. These plants, which naturally grew in the land of Israel, were the main food sources for our community in biblical times. One more pop quiz. The 7 species are what? I heard barley. Dates, yes. Figs, olives, pomegranates. Wheat, thank you. Wheat, barley, grapevines, fig trees, pomegranates, olives, and honey from dates. These 7 species are cherished in Judaism. Good sharing, thank you. And even though we think we know what these foods are like, historians have led us to believe that ancient versions of these special species were at times quite remarkable. For example, according to Roman historian Josephus, ancient Israeli dates measured from the tip of your pinky finger to your elbow. Now that's a big date. I heard this interesting fact as I was driving home last night on NPR. But why was NPR running a story about the size of ancient Israeli dates? It turns out they're making a comeback. On Wednesday, Inside Science reported that Methuselah, Adam, Jonah, Uriel, Boaz, Judith, and Hannah, who all sat dormant in Israel since biblical times, scientists have now resurrected. Keep breathing. The article explains that these 7 ancient emissaries are date palm plants, now all growing in the southern Israeli community of Keturah. Methuselah came first. He was planted in 2005 from an approximately 2,000-year-old seed found buried under rubble at the ancient fortress of Masada overlooking the Dead Sea. Since then, he has been joined by the others. As part of a long-term project at the Arava Institute for Environmental Studies in Israel, scientists hope to breed Judean date palms, this special variety that was praised in antiquity for its sweetness, its large size, its long shelf life, and supposedly for its ability to fight disease. But it went extinct hundreds of years ago when repeated conflicts wiped out the date plantations. The age of these 7 successfully sprouted ancient seeds range from 1,800 to 2,400 years old. I can't get over this. I know this is a lot of facts about trees, but this is really cool to me. The seeds came from archaeological sites in the desert, including Qumran, where the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered. So why am I sharing all this with you? I'm not normally a tree nut. Yes, date palms are part of the 7 species, and yes, planting seeds and watching them sprout miraculously feels inherently connected to Tu B'Shvat. But this is more than that. I love everything about this story. I love that they named the first palm Methuselah, who, for the record, in the Bible, lived to the age of 969. I share that fact just as a side note so everyone can remember it in case it comes up at our next trivia night. I love all the biblical names for these plants, the environmental benefits, the incredible Israeli and scientific ingenuity, and the hopes for bringing back to life a natural joy that has been lost for 2 millennia. For me, this is the perfect example of Jewish possibility. And as a rabbi, I believe my job is to do exactly this, what these scientists did. Not grow a date palm, but rather to renew our tradition, to help ancient seeds sprout today. I am dedicated to reanimating our past so that it may blossom in our lives, and I am not doing this alone. Here at Temple Sinai, we strive to reinvigorate Jewish practice and make it relevant and accessible in 2020. We take the ancient seeds of tradition and we help them blossom in new ways for our time. Having a welcome reception tonight inspired by these 7 biblical species is just one example of the way Jewish tradition is brought to life for us to enjoy and share here at Temple Sinai. Whether we're eating amazing food at the Jewish Food Fest or walking on Siesta Key Beach while discussing the week's Torah portion, Temple Sinai members bring a life to Judaism that we can all taste, feel, and enjoy. And as we begin to plan our calendar for next year, I promise there will be even more innovative opportunities to engage with our ancient practices in an effort to enhance the joy and meaning we all feel in our lives. Because Temple Sinai, like the date palm Methuselah, sprouts from ancient tradition and yet thrives in a modern world. And the truth is, we are so much more than our innovative approaches to Jewish tradition, prayer, learning, and celebration. Temple Sinai is also an extended family that envelops members with warmth and friendship from the moment of arrival and remains with our loved ones even after we're gone. With fearless and diligent leadership that longs to welcome everyone, our congregation actively embraces our current members and all potential members with a fierce excitement that we have something great to offer. At Temple Sinai, strangers become friends and friends become family. And at Temple Sinai, liturgy is brought to life and filled with meaning. Thank you, Hazan. And at Temple Sinai, our world is brought into perspective as we're comforted and challenged. And at Temple Sinai, our hands work to make life better for others. At Temple Sinai, we are greeted with a smile that nobody wants to leave at Temple Sinai. And like Methuselah, Adam, Jonah, Uriel, Boaz, Judith, and Hannah, the 7 new date palms which sprouted from ancient seeds, at Temple Sinai, Jewish values are brought to life in new and meaningful ways. We cling to it. It's sad to leave, I get it. And it might sound almost miraculous to our visitors, but the truth is that here at Temple Sinai, an inventive, enjoyable, reanimated Jewish community awaits all who join. So we do hope you'll join us. Shabbat Shalom.